single word about this. Let's do that if possible. Yeah.
Sir, many times you mentioned this millets has a fiber and carbohydrates and layer by layer up to 7 layers. So now the
No, no,
first
seven. It's not seven. It's a concentric circles. You
okay,
cannot actually say seven. When it's a concentric thing, you cannot count them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the next question is, no, as a common man, what
Yeah.
will happen? Soon I eat them, it will go to my tummy, and from there, how it goes? You can explain a little bit more about them. It will be beneficial.
No, the digestion process you have, it is the same for everyone. You have HCl rush, it will start the polymer condition of carbohydrate starts becoming smaller and smaller polymers, and then slowly it becomes glucose. And while doing that, the whole digestive tract and other enzymes have to deal with this fiber that is associated with the carbohydrate. So it has to extract the carbohydrate to glucose, and that's why it takes time. The whole process takes time. Small amount of glucose only is released because it's all attached to this fiber and the lignans. And even after the lignans are released, the glucose is floating, lignans are also floating, the soluble fiber. So even that glucose is not freely available in the blood unless it is required, it will go. So even after digesting and being in the blood, lignans are the soluble fibers are still managing the show, controlling, regulating. So that is the beauty of this structural arrangements of these grains. And when um, ragi or jonnalu, it's little different because the amount of fiber available is very less, and it takes much less time for the glucose to reach the blood and other.
I think phone got disturbed. We'll wait for a few more minutes. I think a phone got disconnected. We'll wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, we are back. Sir is back. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, got disconnected.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now,
Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes, yes. Now it's focused. Yeah, please turn on your video. That's enough. Yeah. Sir, just tilt the camera, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself and tilt the camera. I mean, it should be horizontal position.
The same position I have kept. This way,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are we okay now?
Yeah. Very good, sir.
Good. Go ahead.
So, sir, you are mentioning about once you start eating, along with the carbohydrates, the lignans and the fibers will slowly release the glucose, and from our stomach it will go to
In small intestines.
small intestines. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And then the absorption of glucose is controlled by the fiber to carbohydrate ratio. If you eat rice, there is no carbohydrate to be held back by any fiber, no fiber at all. So all the glucose that is released after digestion just is dissipated in a flood like manner into the blood. So the problems begin there.
Okay.
Then you will realize that you are making cholesterol in excess, triglycerides in excess, glycogen in excess. You become making fat, making meat. All that things have to happen because glucose left itself in blood will start absorbing water from the all living cells. Then the cells start becoming dried. So then you start becoming thirsty and you want to drink more water. So you will keep drinking water, and then because there's more water, you will start urinating. And so you go to urination, you drink, you go. So that's what is your symptom of being diabetic. Am I right?
Yeah, true, sir. Sir,
and then excess glucose also at the end of the day, what it does is it goes and starts sitting on the hemoglobin itself, removing the oxygen, it will go on. So it's called HbA1c, glycated hemoglobin. So all the problems begin because hemoglobin, instead of carrying oxygen, it is carrying glucose. And hemoglobin, after the burning of glucose, has to carry carbon dioxide back to the lungs and release, no? And that process also gets difficult. That's why you will start feeling tired because the respiration process itself is getting screwed up. Actually, the technical problem is even the mitochondria where the glucose is burnt and ATP is produced. Even that particular metabolic pathway is going to get screwed up if you have excess glucose. So the problems are not one. There are many kalmasha, many toxic, morbid metabolic waste is created all along, too many places, and hence the problems. And it's a complicated issue. So if you just control the glucose, all these problems are completely eliminated.
Sir, when the dietary fiber is very crucial to control, when we take ceri millets in the form of flour like roti and all the stuff, so that the fiber will reduce or its efficacy will reduce?
No. See, it is not, you can make it in machine, but the fiber to carbohydrate bonding is not going to be removed. It's only a physical making it flour that still has to be soaked for minimum of 2 hours. Even if you make flour, see, when the grain, it takes 6 to 8 hours to reach the center part of the fiber. Okay. Then you have broken it into rava or flour, 2 hours are required. That's it. So for when you make chapati with millet flour, you need to soak after mixing, you need to keep it for minimum 2 hours. That's good enough. So still the process is the same, whether you eat chapati, whether you eat sangati, whether you eat rice, all that. Or you can make even palav and biryani with arka rice, or it is the same. Once you have soaked, see, the moment it goes into the tummy, the HCl is very acidic, so it breaks down. Whether you eat flour or rice, the whole process is very similar. There is no difference basically. Okay. Only thing is making flour reduces your soaking time. It's good for you, easy for you. So if you have made flour, especially you have soaked the rice, dried it, and then make it flour, then you can soak in even half an hour if you are doing your chapati in a week's time. So that is another advantage.
Yeah, sir. Another question is, as per Ayurveda, the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, to be balanced for a healthy life. Now,
Mm.
from the millets or cereal millets point of view, what should be the ratio or what should be the influence of cereal millets from this point of view? Any talk on?
Siri millets will balance all doshas, period. If you eat the way it should be eaten.
Okay.
Vata, Pitta, Kapha, all the doshas are completely satisfied and removed, balanced when you eat these 5 millets. There is absolutely no doubt about this point. And let me tell you, this is a technical point, okay? Technical point. Vata, Pitta, Kapha is our understanding, okay?
Hmm.
It is our understanding only.
Yes, yes.
The reality is something else. And you can only go close to, see, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, explanation and understanding may be 90% reality. Okay?
Hmm.
I actually, in terms, right now, I am trying to put it in a different format. I say microbial imbalance, hormonal imbalance, and glucose imbalance.
Yeah, true.
You understand that?
Yes, yes.
Actually, it is the same
Same
I am
thing.
talking about.
Yes, yes.
From
But
the energy, then comes to chemical level, then comes to microbial level, a life form. So when you say glucose imbalance, it is at the energy level. That is burning. Hormone imbalance, it is at the chemical level, pitta level. Kapha is when the whole system is functioning in the terms of microbes. So I think if anyone has small common sense can understand this, correlate this.
Yeah.
No, I have thought about all these things and I'm trying to present it to the modern, that's what so-called scientists, in a different form. Whatever I'm speaking is basically Ayurvedic principles, but I'm not using the same terminologies and technical words because it doesn't make sense right now in this present day context. You understand that? In fact, Kashayam that I'm speaking is the ancient knowledge only. It's me who has brought the concept of Kashayam in its true sense, single medicine, no mixing, all these wonderful Ayurveda concepts. I'm trying to put it into practice and then trying to communicate to people in its simplest form. See, what I have been trying to do is the most complicated systems I am trying to present to the common man in a simple fashion. That's all I'm trying to do. It's not that I'm not aware of all that technical aspects. I am fully aware of it, but I'm not using and trying to say those things because they're all complicated, they're all complicated. If you go and test pitta, vayu, kapha, people are not able, see, corona, this is just invisible. Oh, where is it? I will go and hug him, this, that. And so there is that hygiene, it's when I speak, if you put in your mouth, I speak into your mouth, you get infected. Am I right?
True.
See, but people are, oh, I will eat anything. I will eat this meat. I will eat that meat. That meat contains a lot of chemicals and viruses. And, all these things people are not yet. So where do they understand Vayu Amsha, Pitta Amsha, Kapha Amsha, which is completely, what do I call, non-materialistic. Non-materialistic. So something I am trying to communicate in a different format so that people understand in simple fashion. See, Ayurveda concepts are very highly conceptual, highly non-material, and they belong to a different dimension. It requires a lot of education and patience and perseverance to understand these Puratana's concepts, unless you are initiated and have the open mind to get in and spend time and energy to understand these huge concepts. But sadly, what happened actually, present today Ayurveda fellows are all trying to sell this in plastic dabbas and conglomerated mixtures, and just following the allopathic world, they are trying to shift the Ayurveda into a allopathic system. And that's where the goof up is happening.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have deviated from your question, but
Yes.
they're all related. They're all
Yes.
related.
Yes, yes, we got that answer, sir. And one more thing is, tell us a few words about the lignans and fermentation food ambali, and
Yeah.
how beneficial it is, and what is the genetical changes we can expect in our body.
See, forget about genetics. It's a still more complicated concept. But I can tell you, ambali, the lignans, different kinds of lignans. You know how lignans have come into picture? The picture is that when you harvest the crop, you are allowed, you are asked to, rather you are directed to, rather you are instructed to, rather you are forced to, according to me, as a good protocol or good habits of farming community, you should allow the grains to మగ్గటం అంటాం తెలుగులో మగ్గటం. They should rest. You should not cut it from the stalk. You should keep the stalk with the grain and allow it to 2-3 months, and actually the grain itself falls off after 5-6 days. Then after that you need to keep it, store it for 2-3 months. When that happens, the outer husk starts imparting the inner layers onto the rice of siridhanya, and that is actually the last coatings are the lignans. That is, they are allowing, if you allow that lignans, they will become lignin, that they will become wood in the plant. So the grass, the stalk is actually almost like lignin like. Of course, lignin is not formed in the Poaceae family. They're all going to the next plant kingdom. The bigger tree, the bigger lignans. And so that the bark of many trees have got wonderful lignans, like cinnamon. No, nama chekke, dalchina chekke is a wonderful example of having very rich lignans. That's why this lignan rich dalchina chekke is a wonderful kashayam for even brain tumor. You understand? So there's a lot of science in this lignans, and various kinds of lignans with various kinds of grains. Now what we are talking about, these lignans harbor various different kinds of microbes. So when you cook and these lignans are present in that mud pot, the avahana antil, in Ayurveda it's called avahana, they invite different kinds of microbes. So when you drink different kinds of ambalis, like these 5 different dhanyas ambali, you are inviting diversified microbes that are going to inhabit your gut and then do wonders to your body. And so the microbial balancing can happen very effectively, like no time, if you take ambali. So if you take porridge, you have the lignans, but not the elements of microbes have come in yet. You understand that? So it is just like the crops. When you have millet crop in the field, the birds come, and if you shoo them away, they may take some grains and run away. So you only have yields less. But then if you allow them to eat, they will start shitting, and then your soil gets the microbes. You see that? So if you allow things to happen, that's why when you make ganji and allow it to sit for 7-8 hours, then you get the microbes. The same thing in the crop field. You allow the birds to stay for 10 to 15 hours. Even if they take away some of the grains, they leave, they bless you with their wonderful microbes in the soil. And that is the beauty. So the microbial balance not only happens in your tummy, it happens on the soil also with the millets. Okay?
Yeah. Sir, another question, popular question we get is, the millets are working for my family, my in-laws, younger generation, older generation, but they're not working for me. My hypothyroid.
That is psychologically they are not ready to eat. So it will work for everyone, even for a 9-month-old baby to 108-year-old thing. These guys want to run around and eat still this pizza, burgers, and nonsense. That's all.
Okay. Sir, any other?
No, they're not willing to learn. See, the knowledge is there, which we are actually spreading and giving it free. We are not hiding anything. We are willing to share, and they're not willing to even listen properly and understand the science behind all that. what we are doing. See, this is not a diet plan. See, these diet plans do not have complete logic. They are all empirical. They are called empirical. Ours is not empirical science. This is the thing. This should have been the thing for a long time ago, but we have missed the bus in defining food, in understanding the metabolic procedures, in understanding the hardware and software of human existence, okay, and the planet itself. So you want to eat sugar, be with it. You are causing damage, enormous damage to the planet as well as to your health and to the surrounding animals. So it's high time we got out of eating sugar, got out of eating rice, it got out of eating wheat and meat, period. There are no two things about this. I am so exhaustively convinced that the future path for human race, the only path left is millets as staple food. It will solve almost all our problems in multi dimensions.
True. Sir, another any tip or guidelines to know people to check themselves whether they are following the proper protocols or proper guidelines or not?
No need of check. See, it's all, see, God and food and happiness all are internal and individual. They are not groups. There is nothing you do in group. See, when I eat, my gut, my stomach, my digestion, there is, you cannot have my wife doing my digestion. Huh? Can you do that?
No.
So no one will have checks. It is each individual who has to take things in his hands to his control. That's why I keep telling in many of my lectures, mi arogyam mi chetullo. No doctor, no wife, nothing, no one can help. See, even if wife wants to cook and give, you don't want to eat. And okay, you understand? Even if you want to eat, your wife doesn't cook and give, you are in trouble. So each individual, that's why I keep telling everyone, you better learn cooking.
True. Yeah.
If you have a good wife, she will give you good food. If you don't have a good wife, she wants to eat pizza, burger, then you are done. What will you do?
Yes.
So everyone should cook. That's what I keep telling. Panta, vanta, ivronde, nijamaina panulu.
Yes.
And you pray God, you will have a good wife. Because in India, men do not cook. Of course, in other parts of the world also, they don't. Women also don't cook. I'm laughing at my own joke.
Yeah. True,
yeah.
Yes.
And we are traveling in that path. Thank God, in India, women still are cooking. In a Zoom, whatever this Zomato has come, that will also disappear in few more years. No one will cook.
Already, because of Corona, all the things are closed nowadays.
I'm happy. I'm not happy that Corona has come, but Corona has done a lot of good things. People have started cooking at home right now.
At least started accepting the truth.
Yes.
Yeah. Now we'll take some few questions from the participants, sir.
Go ahead. Yeah, another 5-10 minutes.
Yes, sir. We will write up. Sumitra ji, ask your question. Please unmute yourself and ask question.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Can I see the one who is asking the question?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
good
sir.
evening.
Ask your question.
I am not able to see my screen. Okay, whoever, I can hear. Go ahead.
Sir, Ayurveda has mentioned uses of desi cow milk. Sir, now I am not talking about plastic milk. So what is your opinion on desi cow milk according to Ayurveda?
Even the same Ayurveda has mentioned, don't drink milk, okay? Milk, animal milk is not good for our body.
Okay, sir.
And actually, there is Gade. Gade means...
Nannudi. Yeah, I know.
Even prior to Ayurveda, that's what it means actually. Okay. There is one Nannudi, Gade in Kannada. Kai halu, tai haluge samana. That is coconut milk is the next thing that you can give to after mother's milk. You understand? So even today, that's what I tell people. say, in fact, we have had wonderful experiment happened by itself, that there was a mother who passed away in an accident. Actually, she was traveling after getting discharged from a hospital. They were traveling. Mother passed away. Baby somehow survived. So the grandmother took the baby, and this happened 7, 8 years back. No, not even 8, 11 years now. Yeah, I saw the kid recently also. The grandmother came to me and said, you are telling don't give milk. So what do I do? We said, keep her on coconut milk. And that kid has been on coconut milk, sesame seed milk, ragi milk, all these milks, and she has never touched any animal milk. And believe me, she has not taken a single tablet till today.
Okay.
No issues at all. Heavy immune strong. And so Tai halu, Kai halu. I mean, in Kannada it rhymes also. Kai halu, Tai halag samana anta. So all people who want to feed their babies after 9 months of your mother's milk, please switch to coconut milk for a month, then switch to ragi milk, then to sesame seed milk. So these 3 milks actually we have arranged very consciously and scientifically, because the content of calcium goes on increasing. So as the baby grows, you need more calcium, but the bone growth has to happen. But if you give strong sesame seed milk in the early stages, the baby cannot take so much, because the growth of the bones is not as fast as when the baby is 4, 5 years to 10 years. So in that particular age group, you have to feed sesame seed milk. So first you start with coconut milk, then ragi milk, whose calcium amount is 3 to 3.5, 3 times more than the cow's milk. And sesame seed is 10 times more. So coconut milk is as good as mother's milk. You understand what I'm talking? The contents, calcium content is absolutely the same amount as mother's milk. You understand? So this is very scientifically arranged. So coconut milk, ragi milk, sesame seed milk. In between, there are many more milks like groundnut milk, and then you have sajje, proso. All these can be fed, and diversified milks are always better for your baby than single milk. So I have been talking about this in many of my lectures. I hope you people understand that.
Sir, one more question, sir. Sir, what is your opinion on sea fish?
No,
Sea
no meat whatsoever. Fish, sea fish. I have grown in my own tank. All that nonsense. Don't touch. See, human gut is not meant for animal protein. Period. We are vegetarians. Period. No discussion. Just forget it. I know people who are eating rice. In fact, the other day I had someone invited me. We are vegetarian. So I said, eating rice, eating wheat, eating sugar, all these are very dangerous. They are not, according to me, vegetarian food, because it creates lot of havoc in the environment. See, sugar, 28,000 liters. And because of sugar fields, millions of animals have died. See, it is not just that you eat something, but if you are eating sugar, that means you are killing a lot more animals. You understand? So you be a vegetarian means you eat something which doesn't cause imbalance in the environment and in nature. And that is the way we are designing our food. That is what we are trying to define our food as. That's why sugarcane jaggery is also not good compared to Tatinungu bella or Ichil bella, because it doesn't require any water to grow. It just grows by itself. And it has no glucose content in excess. It has got fructose as your sweetener. So all these technical aspects I have been talking about in my lectures. Now, of course, when I talk in big, large platforms, common man is there. I'm restricted not to go deep into the scientific aspects of these issues, technical aspects.
True.
But when someone who can understand what I'm speaking, I do make these things very clear to people.
Yeah. Sir, we take one more question from Shravya ji. Unmute yourself and ask the question.
Have you got convinced the milk fellows and the fish fellows?
Yes, sir. I think
I
you
hope
already.
tomorrow onwards you don't eat your fish. You make your fish. Please grow them as pets. Love them.
Yeah.
Go to the rivers where the fish are there and protect them, and make their families grow. And they also have their families to live with. They also are performing some content in this big cosmos. So don't go and eat them. Okay. There are lions to eat deer. You don't need to go and eat deer. Okay. There are tigers to eat. That is the nature's way. Let nature do its job. Okay. Let a lion eat a deer. You don't go and, oh, lion is eating, I will also eat, because you can go and shoot it with a pistol. That's stupidity. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Can we, go ahead.
Sir, I have one question regarding Ayurveda and fermented food, sir. So they say that fermented food's not good for inflammation. So one of our family Ayurvedic doctors, he is okay with millets and all, but he's like, if for fermented food is not good
Yeah,
for
I know.
autoimmune diseases.
No. Actually, they do not know anything about ferment, because I think for a particular reason, sadhyannam tinakudu ani, see, fresh, taja, all these things are there in Ayurveda. But come here, Ambali is something extraordinarily different. It is not,
Okay.
the thing is, they do not know about microbial symbiotic living. Ayurveda system has not been attuned to this concept yet. So we have done a lot of experiments with various kinds of Ambali. Ambali of different sorts, different kinds, is wonderful. And that fact, my insistence is that everyone should at least take 1 tumbler of Ambali on a daily basis. You want to be supplementing all your microbial guts. But of course, actually, if you are taking him once a week or twice a week, also you're good to go, no problems. But then I call it elixir of food, actually. Amrutam antu edaina unte aa maanavaniki adi Ambali. So Ambali is absolute necessity for human body. And you see, you can go to different tribal areas way beyond, which takes their existence way beyond 10,000 years. All the tribals, even in, I just recently went to Nigeria, found a group of tribals. They have what is called cassava. Cassava is actually like our what do you call, tapioca, no? In Kerala, tapioca, gensu antamu, gensu gaddalu.
Yes.
Alantidi anamata. That they pound dry and make it into small grains and soak it 2 days and then boil it and keep it for 3 to 4 days and then drink. That is their fermented ganji. So all over the world, the concept of ganji, the fermented ganji, Ambali, even today exists if you go and do. And for
Sir,
some
what about dosa and also for fermented food? So is that bad?
Dosa is not bad. That's not fermented food. You actually in between kill the microbes, but you get the fermented products. They're halfway through. So dosa and idli are better than rice, but they're not better than Ambali. Ambali is a complete food. It has got the microbes, it has got the microbial products, it has got the glucose, fiber.
So
everything.
it does not. So it does not come under the no fermented food thing from Ayurveda. I started using it for my husband who has psoriasis, but based on what you say, so I can give answer to my family Ayurvedic doctor that it's okay.
It's a matter of 6 months to 1 year. Ichthyosis. I do not know whether this Ayurveda people know about ichthyosis. They cannot cure this. I know for sure. Ichthyosis called మీను అంటే చేపల పులుసులు లాగా బయటకు వస్తుంటుంది శరీరం నుంచి. Even that has been cured by Ambali, 6 months to 2 years. We have had more than, yeah.
I was reading something about it to tell you more. It says that metabolic waste from bacteria is more acidic and sour for the body, and it creates processing on liver or something, and that's the reason.
No. In fact, they aid your liver processes. They aid your vitamin D formation, vitamin B complex. See, vitamin B comes only through microbes all over, anywhere, for any animal. So without
Okay,
microbes.
so
you
no
are-
problem for autoimmune condition.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
No, I'm
Okay,
not
sir.
saying
I think
only eat ambali. Ambali should be there, but initially ambali helps you to pick up. I answered your
yeah, yeah.
question. How do we transit from this to that? I said ambali is a good transition mechanism.
So everyday breakfast ambali is not a great thing, sir. Everyday breakfast ambali for autoimmune.
No, I told you every day doing the same thing is not good for anyone. You have
Okay,
to have
okay.
diverse. See, ambali 2 days. Next day you eat idli. Next day you eat something. Again, get
Okay.
back to ambali. See, I have to. If you see my protocols, it's all the
Yes,
green,
yes.
changing the kashayams, changing the grain, changing things. You know, you need to keep. Let ambali be there at least once or twice in a day in your meal, along with
Yeah.
for all.
Yeah, once or
And for
twice in a day. Yes.
yeah,
Different
yeah,
millets, one
different.
ambali. 2 days, one millet we are having, sir.
Absolutely right. Yeah, yeah.
So
That's the concept.
ambali of different millets on different days we'll have.
Yes.
That's fine to have.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect. Yeah. See, I like Navane Ambali. So go on Navane Ambali morning. That's
No,
not good.
sir. 2 days foxtail ambali, 2 days brown top
Yeah.
ambali, 2 days
Yeah,
this
yeah.
ambali. So
Yeah.
for one meal a day.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Really-
I think.
Sudhir, can we close? I have to actually get on to another program. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Okay. I hope people have enjoyed the session.